Iceland's cash-strapped carrier WOW Airlines has ceased operations, leaving passengers stranded across 2 continents. In a statement, the airline says it's halted operations and all flights are canceled. It is having an impact here in Canada, where WOW operates flights to Montreal and Toronto. Customers looking for refunds are being told to take it up with their credit card companies or their travel agents. The airline, which specialized in cheap flights between North America and Europe, began operation in 2012 and was recently involved in some last-ditch talks with investors. All right, joining me now, you're not seeing double, 2 brothers, Nick and Will Laporte. Nick is joining us from Toronto. I believe Nick is on the left of your screen. He is in Toronto. He was set to fly to Sweden yesterday. His twin brother scheduled to fly back home from Sweden, Will, to Toronto tomorrow. Both were booked with WOW Air. Their flights have been canceled. So, Nick, to you first. Your plan to Sweden obviously didn't take place yesterday. What happened? How did you hear?
So basically, on my way to the airport yesterday, I was sent a text message by WOW Airlines stating that the flight would be delayed half an hour. So no big deal. I just went on to the airport, and once we arrived there, we were told that the delay would be a little longer, and we removed gates several times. And then they went ahead and canceled the flight and took us back to our baggage. And once we arrived there, they told us that now the flight was back on. So they sent us back upstairs, where we waited till about 11:45 before they made their final decision to cancel the flight.
And who was giving you all of this information? Was it WOW employees?
It was the people at the airport. They were not directly involved with WOW. They were just taking care of the airline from their side. And they were very helpful. And I know there was some frustrated passengers that weren't exactly the most polite to these people. So, yeah, it was kind of a tough situation all around.
So frustration's very high.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, Will, what's your story? What's going on with you?
Hi there. Thanks for having me today. So I got a message from my brother last night, and I just finished my hockey season here in Sweden. So I booked my flight home last week, and when I heard the news from him, shortly after, I received an email stating that my flight had been delayed 10 hours at the time. So basically, I just kind of waited to hear back from him. And then this morning, I read the news seeing that they were no longer running their airline and all flights had been seized. So it's very disappointing because this has actually happened to me on my way to Sweden with a different airline. So it's twice now.
You're kidding. You're kidding. With another budget airline?
Yes.
So what are you going to do now?
Basically, they've been telling us we're not really entitled to a refund. So, I mean, I'm going to just sit back a little bit for a few days, and then I'll probably book another airline to go home in the next 48 hours.
I'm surprised, and I think many of us are surprised to find out that you discovered this, unlike your brother. You found out on the news.
Yes.
So, Nick, is there a number that you can call into that's helping customers right now?
So I've had difficulty reaching out with WOW. Nobody's answering their phones right now, but Iceland Air was nice enough to post something on their website for stranded WOW passengers, which basically allows you to fill out a form and gives you a discounted airfare towards your destination. So I've done that this morning, and I'm just kind of waiting to hear back because obviously they've got an incredibly high volume with customers doing the same thing. So I'm waiting to hear back from them, and as soon as I get the green light for a discounted airfare, I'll be on my way to Iceland. So I'm just kind of sitting tight until then.
Okay, and Will, given your past experience, would you ever book with a budget discount airline again?
After this time, that's 2 for 2 now. I think the answer would be no on that one.
What about you, Nick?
No, that's it for me. That was it was quite a headache. Initially, it wasn't so much the cost, it was the travel time that I was looking forward to most, as it was only going to be about 13 hours in comparison to, 18, 19, 30, some of the longer trips. So that's what I was looking forward to most. And then here we are, 24 hours later and still no flight. So yeah, I don't think I'd ever make that mistake again, though.
Okay, so we know Will's coming back from playing hockey. Nick, why were you going over to Iceland? Were you one of those tourists that have been taking advantage of the low fares?
No, so I have been training the last year and a half with Ben Johnson, former world champion sprinter, to make the 2020 Tokyo Olympics for the men's 100-meter sprint. And so I was on my way to Sweden for a training camp with a few other elite sprinters. So yeah, it's kind of a bad situation. I'm looking forward to get over there and just get going with my training and get ready for the outdoor season. So.
All right. Well, we wish you both the very best. Boy, you two should be in a commercial.
Yeah. Hey, we're always open to offers. So.
You look like you should be in that gum commercial, whatever that gum was back in. Nick and Will Laporte, I thank you both. All the best to you. I hope you make it to your destination safely and without any further incident.